let's go back in action. And really, the whole reason why we're all here is how much do you love Brussels sprouts? That's the real reason everybody watches my videos, of course. You know, just one of those things. No, I had it on the brain because we made these Brussels sprouts for dinner, and they were like coated in like buffalo sauce. Yeah, and they were coated and like battered and then roasted. They were good. They were good. Nice little side dish with some extra hot sauce. Oh yeah. But anyways, welcome back, ladies and gents, to episode 31. We are here in the world, and we've progressed. Oh yes, indeed. We have machine frames from thermal expansion, which means we get to do the wonderful, the thing I've been waiting so many episodes to do. And we're going to drag it out a little bit, but not that long. We get to make ourselves a digital miner. Yes, no longer will I have to go mine the dirt by myself. I can do it automatically. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this energy cell that we got. We got this one as a quest reward, if you all remember correctly. And then I'll just kind of, boom, thank you. Thank you very much. So, we have that guy upgraded up nicely. Oh, man, I hate that thing where you hit the bag button. So we have a ton, and it can receive a ton of power and energy. We ultimately are really going to just drain out of our power across the board. We can do this very easily. Millions upon millions of storage, right? It's crazy amounts. It's crazy amounts. I mean, we'll rebuild it up pretty quick. I mean, the biofuel and such, we can get a decent amount going through this thing pretty quickly, but far from a super efficient setup for powering such a large storage cell. But it's something that I'll work on over time. The big thing for me is I just wanted to have some of it so that when we go like this and we complete our digital miner, like so, and we claim our quest reward. That's the way I think it sounds. If you simply want it to mine all ores, you can supply it with the Ordic ore. Yes. Very, very nice. So, this guy, basically, it does require a lot of power. Don't get me wrong. It's going to drain on our power. Pretty darn heavy. But, oh, it's going to be awesome. So, we can place this down in the world. Basically anywhere. I'm just going to place it down just right here. Nothing too crazy. Just placing it down. And just on surface, just like that. It's a monster of a machine, to say the least. You have your power input there. You have your output there, right? All that type of stuff. I think there's even another one up top, if I remember correctly. But basically what I'm going to do is we're going to slap the power cell on there. And we're going to access the GUI for the digital miner. Now, there's a few different things. You can reset, you can auto eject, all as well. You can auto pull, you can set it to silk touch so that it silk touches the ores, all that type of stuff. You can turn the visuals on, you can turn them off. I'm pretty sure those are pretty laggy. Overall, you can speed it up as well. I think it just takes speed. Oh, it does also do energy. Okay, that's good. And anchor. Ooh, nice. Okay, good. So there's a lot of different things that we can do here. The main thing here is the config, right? So like it said, you know, if we or dictionary or, just like that, it's going to state, and it'll scroll through most of the ores. So you can sit there and watch and see what it's going to look for, what it's going to mine. But ultimately, we go from there, and let's see, inverse mode, radius. Let's go radius 100. Oh, we can only do 10. Okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah, max 60. Okay, good. So we have a filter in place, right? That's saved. Good. I'm not going to replace or anything like that. And basically from there, we can get it started. And I put away my wrench, and I didn't mean to. Well, I did, but I didn't all at the same time. Actually, does this have a... Yeah, it does. So we can output to the side, right? So as you can see, we are now outputting to the machine. We have power. We have 48,000 power in there. And we should be good to go. So if I hit start, as you can see, it started. It started to mine. It's working. It's doing things, right? And it's mining, okay? Now it is using 120 RF per tick. It's not going fast, you know, but we have a lot of power in that cube to kind of handle that. And ultimately, we should probably get some more speed upgrades into it so that it does mine things a little bit on the quicker side. But it's still automated mining. This is my first adventure, my first start into actual automated mining in the pack. So I'm very excited to get this done and get this set up. Now, I'm not going to be too worried about outputting automatically. We can definitely do that. But yeah, this is good enough for now. We're just going to let this roll. We're just going to let this roll. Ultimately, one solar panel, one of the advanced solar panels, will easily be able to accommodate that power outage, you know, output. Not too complicated. But let's take a quick look at some of the energy upgrades or upgrades from Mechanism to see if we can't kind of improve this thing along. They're not expensive. Glass, some enriched alloy, and pulverized gold. Now, I do have a decent amount of enriched alloy, and I have some glass. That's good. So we can get 2 of the parts done. We just need some pulverized gold, which I'm pretty sure all my gold is back up here, but we should be able to kind of do this up pretty easily. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. And then we'll pulverize that down. Nothing too crazy there. We can jump down here and get that done pretty easily. Actually, does it need to be a specific pulverized? I better confirm just before I... Pulverized by thermal foundation. Okay, pulverized gold. Thermal centrifuge, compressor. Alright, macerator works. Beautiful. Okay, good. We'll throw it in there quickly. Get that guy rolling through. Now, the nice thing about this as well is I'm not sure if it could accept EU power. And we might want to try that at some point in time. But, ooh, look at that. Platinum. Nice. What keeps making that noise over here? I swear. It's weird. It's only over here that I hear that noise. If you guys picked it up or you know, let me know. Because there's never anything around or anything like that. So, I'm honestly just curious more than anything. I'm not concerned, but there's no... I don't think there's any... Is it just me? Like... I don't know. I don't know. Anyways. So let's speed this guy up with these 3 speed upgrades. We'll get this rolling. And, oh wait, these are energy upgrades. Oh, I didn't do speed. Well, it's more energy efficient now. It's running at 50 RF per tick. I got the wrong things. I mean, energy upgrades are great, and we should probably do more of them. Just saying. Because, yeah, they're really good. Oh, this one's osmium with the enriched alloy. Okay, let me get the speed upgrades. We'll get 3 of those as well. And you know what? I might make some more energy upgrades for some of my other machines, too. So, just to kind of spread that love a little bit. Spread it out just a little. There we go, 2 heavy sieves. We could probably start into that too. But yeah, I'm going to get a little bit of this, and we'll get this going so that we are a little bit more efficient. I think I actually have already pulverized obsidian. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, let's grab 16 of this, though, and we'll get some more of those enriched alloys processing up in our metallurgic infuser there. I'm pretty sure, okay, I don't have any, but I can make it very easily. I made this an enriching factory, and that was that basic tier 1 installer. It's really easy to do. It's not complicated, but it's just one of those things that I thought was a a good buy, a good investment. The enriching factory is one of those things that I like to use quite a bit for all of our compressed items. You know, I was using it for some ores just to like quickly get some iron and stuff like that, other than maybe my automated process more so. So I was getting a lot of that going. So I was using it quite a bit. And being able to process 3 things at once is a huge boon compared to my old system of, you know, furnace and whatever. So huge boon. Highly recommend getting that. You know, getting these things set up to be factories. It really helps out. Okay, speed upgrades. There we go. We'll place in that. We'll come back and I'll do the energy upgrades off camera, just to see how much savings we can get. But yeah, our power is lasting a long time. Look at all this stuff. It's already mined up. We're already at 3 stacks of redstone, 21 diamonds. That's pretty darn nice. And we're going to throw in some speed upgrades just to get this thing cranking a little bit quicker as well. So hopefully, now you can see we're up to 284. You know, it is consuming more power. But like I said, we have, you know, that big energy cell to our disposal. So once this is done, we'll take a look and see what all we got. Okie dokie. So I upgraded this thing like a beast. We are max energy and speed, 8 of 8. Which means we're requiring about 6k RF per tick. That's a lot. It's about 50 million, I think. 50 million RF per for that cycle that I just did, which was around 1200 blocks to mine, right? So yeah, it is a substantial amount of resources. I also have Silk Touch on. If I turn off Silk Touch, it's only 1.2. So keep that in mind. I decided to kind of go with the Silk Touch on as we were kind of rolling through. So I got a couple of items that weren't, obviously, but as you can see, you look at the resources. Yes, please. Thank you. This is very, very nice. A lot of good stuff. I did pull out a little bit of extra uranium and whatnot beforehand, but this is very, very good. A lot of great resources here that we can utilize going forward. So, yeah, a lot of really good stuff. Some of this we'll have to figure out processing plans for, and some of it we will just need to run through a system of sorts. So, yeah, overall, really, really impressed. Really happy that I don't have to go mining as much anymore. Stuff like that. But, yeah, really, really nice. Also, I ran out of glass while doing it, and that leads us into the next thing that we kind of want to get going on, is the whole setup of let's automate some of these resources that we really shouldn't be automating anymore. You know what I mean? Like glass. Glass should have been automated aeons ago, and I haven't really done anything with it. So we need to advance that up a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, a good amount of resources that we got from that, and a lot of great stuff there. So yeah, I mean 30 diamond ore, and I had like another 20 some odd diamond, because it doesn't add fortune to it. So that's why I started to decide to go Silk Touch. But yeah, this is a very nice haul. Almost 4.5 stacks of coal. We got some platinum, a little bit of nickel. You know, we got some more black quartz, stuff like that. All very good. All very, very good items. So the Peridot, you know, you name it. Along with all the redstone and iron and lapis and all that kind of jazz. So really good stuff. We also had a whole bunch of uranium ore. As you can see, we have over a stack of it, which is really nice, because now we can start to look at, you know, maybe we can automatically start injecting that into this system so that we can get more fuel rods ready to go for whenever we need to swap out down below. Now, we're not really using this power all that much. And that's one of the things I wanted to check next. So, this guy here, we're still at 18.5. You know, we've barely gone down whatsoever. And I can't do that. Okay. Now, I bet you I can convert it with XNet. I bet you I can convert it with XNet. How? I might want an advanced connector for it too. Let's go quickly grab our XNet cabling. Now, for this batch, I'm still going to use my old system over here, this Extra Utilities 2 one. And I just actually want to take a look. I bet you this is fully drained out. Whoopsie. Yeah, I basically drained the power banks across the entire system. So, yeah, maybe this system won't work very well right now. Maybe we'll just hold on to these ores for a minute. We might not be quite ready for the amount of power that I put into that thing, to say the least. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's no big deal. We'll get there. So, yeah. Let me get a couple of things, because that also tells me that we're not ready for some other upgrades. But yeah, let me get a few things situated here. You know, I bet you we can throw it through the mechanism system. That's what we can do. I should probably switch it all to the mechanism system anyways. I've set up the biofuel to be a little bit more automated. A little bit more. I'm still doing the seeds into the chest, into the hopper, to get it down into the crusher here, and then the crusher out into our biofuel generators, right? So I want to make sure that they're all running. I don't have, you know, like even spacing of the biofuel or anything like that, round robin type scenario. So I want to make sure that we are getting some in each setup. But it kind of automates that process, and each one of these are producing 240 RF. This guy's up at 360. But yeah, as you can see, we are barely, slowly filling this thing. And that's a little alarming, because I think the crusher's the only thing that's running. And that's 316. None of the rest of this is running, right? No. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so like this is barely filling up just off of these biogenerators. Not ideal. Not ideal. So we probably need to do some improvements to our power situation as well. In here, we can look into some heat generators and some more advanced stuff like the gas burning generator. They are a little bit of hogs. They're not the most efficient. Like the solar panel in this thing, way more efficient for what you invest into it. But yeah, that's one of those things. I will also get, I think I need more energy upgrades on this guy, just to make it more efficient overall. But that leads us back to the glass scenario, which we'll have to deal with. So yeah, we drained the power. We basically kicked our entire system in the butt with that digital miner. I still think it was very, very much worth it. All of this loot? Yes, please. So, yeah. Let me find a good home and all that kind of stuff for these ores. And then we're going to look at some of the stoneworks, because I definitely want to get sand and glass automated. I am kind of sort of sick and tired of having to manually do it. Alright, so I wanted to make a quick little improvement to the old power system here, and I've kind of also just decided to remove the ethanol. We really don't need to be overburdening the system over there if we don't have to, right? The other thing that I was thinking here is, let's go to town. We'll make another... Oh, I forgot to make it. I forgot. Let's make another MFSU. I just gathered all of the materials together. We'll make another one. And what this will do is this will be our, you know, power to other things. So now we're going to be using our nuclear reactor not only to power this current stuff, but other things as well, right? So I think that that makes pretty good sense too. Now, let's see. Let's see here. Sorry if there was a little bit of background noise there. I apologize. But I'm thinking like, boom, just like that. So this guy will start to get filled up from this one. We're basically transferring power over. And then I'm going to run a connector. No, not a connector there. Not a connector there. We need to convert this from this to... we'll put a connector here. There we go. Very good. And this guy will go like so. Okay. Now, so this is going to be the MFSU input. Right? And... or... yeah, it'll be the input, right? And then we're going to connect it with an HV wire cable. Now, these two will work, and they should convert the power over to RF, which is very, very cool. We just have to set up in the system that we can input power from that. And then I'm very curious to see what that does overall to our system. And we can give it a really good quick test, too. So, which is really nice, because we've been a little bit power drained. So this guy, I mean, we're up to, what is that, 200, 2 million? I don't know. Yeah, 2 million. It's not receiving power. That guy is not receiving power from any external source except for the ones that are plugged into it. So we need to find this guy here, and we need to say that this is an insert on this line. Now this one's still not going to receive power, because on that power cell, if we scroll down to it and we find it in our long list, it's getting very long. Our advanced power cell just has an export. So it doesn't input power into this power cell. But that one has 2 million, right? And, well, we have a really big cell right here. So I'm curious what's going to happen, and I'm curious to see it work, if I were to, say, drain this guy right out, and let's see how fast it charges back up, right? Because we can drain our system of power pretty much. This is our full backlog, right? So now what we should be getting is be getting the 2 million from over here in this power cell. Again, the whole power thing, we're going to be changing it very, very soon. I've said it a couple times, and it is time. So there we go. We've drained that completely out. So that's good. Now we should be seeing not only that draining, but also our MFSU, which that's what I'm really curious about, right? We're consuming a large amount of power, right? So this guy, it's outputting, you can see it's outputting 16,384 IF. And I'm pretty sure it's actually doing that as well. But we are still fully charging up. So that's good. That's really, really nice. And this guy's generating at 1680. So basically, we should be almost at a net even. That 16,000 should be, I think, close to the same in EU. I'm not too sure. But as you can see, we'll drain it out pretty darn quick, right? And it'll always take a little bit to power back up. For whatever reason. I never know why. I think because it fills up all these lines first. And then it starts to fill up the cube. It's kind of smart in that regard. But yeah, so as you can see, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I wish that these things told you their input. I really do. I mean, and that's the one thing that, you know, Ender IO, those vibrant capacitors and capacitor banks in general, still hold the cake. Because, yeah, those things telling you how much is coming in, how much is going out at any given time is super helpful. There might be other monitoring. I think there is, but yeah, not at the moment. So I did move my digital miner over here. We completed a cycle of mining here. I just wanted to show you guys. So there you go. You can see slight visuals right like that. So that's the area that this thing's mining in. And equally, you can see in the configuration and everything, it was in that little radius, right? So we finished up this mining session, and voila, more goodies. I'm definitely interested in the uranium, because now we should be starting to be a bit of a drain on our system. The other thing too, redstone lapis, you know, I'm starting to realize that certain things, well, not starting to realize, but I knew this already, but certain things work better in the enrichment chamber than they do anything else, right? Like this apatite, man, you should wait for a sag mill because that is the jam. It's going to give you 12. That's crazy. Or a pulverizer. Well, guess what we can make? We could make a pulverizer. But when it comes to the redstone, right? Pulverizer gives you 6, which is cool, but the enrichment chamber gives you 12. That's double the output, right? So it's those little things that we need to be cognizant of and making sure that we're, kind of sort of taking note on, because making sure we're going to have an ore processing facility. We need to at some point in time. But we will have to make sure that we're processing it correctly, or the most efficient way possible. Whereas diamonds are better off to be mined, with Fortune 3. So it's all those little things that we'll have to do, especially when it comes to, and if we decide to make like an entire processing facility, which we will at some point in time here. It'll probably be right next to our power grid, to be honest. We'll do both kind of kitty corner once we get to that stage. Now, I've not been able to get my stuff together because I decided to make that MFSU system. So I haven't been able to get myself the stuff that I need for the Stoneworks factories. Not at all. But I wanted to get this guy down and powered up again. So I've been going over here to this line because it's outputting at a pretty good speed and input from the bottom, right? I mean, it's definitely not pulling in 80,000, but it's transferring, what does this transfer out? 5,000 per tick. And as you can see, it's draining out our energy cube, which is what I want to happen, because this is where a lot of our inputs are coming, including that MFSU power that we just set up. Compared to those blue lines where we were only benefiting from these few generators, now we're benefiting from these generators, those generators, the water wheels, and the MFSU downstairs. So we're transitioning a lot of power out there, right? But as you can see, there's no concerns. There is no concerns. We are generating a lot of power with this nuclear. And look at that. We're starting to deplete our uranium cells, which brings into question, do we have more ready to go? And that's why I put that uranium in there right then. We have 10 standing by. Now, I'd like to have a few more than that, so that's partly why I got that going. One of the big issues that I haven't automated yet is the this setup here, the fluid canning solid machine for the enriched uranium. So I've just been coming over here and doing the rods manually. It's not ideal, especially as things like you really bog down the system real quick once you start macerating and doing everything, because we're still on 128 and we probably need to transformer these all up again, which we need. That'll be MV. Yeah, so we need, this is a step down to 128. So that would have to move over to here so that we don't have to change these ones back here, because these ones are fine. So that would move over there for the CESU, and this line would all go to gold. And we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 transformer upgrades. Those are expensive. Those require MV, what do you call them? Transformer upgrades. Like, I was happy that I got those ones. This guy here, basic machine casings. Okay, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. Now that we can do the digital mining and everything, they're not as bad as I thought. In the meantime, though, we need to get ourselves the stonework thing. I am so done with getting glass. The biggest hurdle here is we have everything here except for the machine case. And these ones are a little bit of a pain to make. We need the reinforced stone, rubber or plastic, and an advanced machine casing. The advanced machine casing is not the easy. It's definitely one of the more painful parts because, you need to have a decent setup. Now, I do just so happen to have at least some of it. But as you can see, now I'm out of advanced alloys. You know, it seems like I'm always out of something when it comes to making these advanced machine casings. So now I got to go up there. I got to make some bronze, you know, bronze plates basically. Stuff like that and kind of get things going. So let me get these items and this setup here. Get the advanced machine casing, get everything together for, I think it's just 2 Stoneworks. I think that's all I'm really going to need. But yeah, I think it's just the 2. Okay, so we got it. We got it. Material Stonework Factory. And, oh, that's right. I got to get my buckets. I got to get my buckets. One of you. And one more larva. This lava pit, honestly, has served me so well. So well in this playthrough. It's ridiculous how much I've used it, and, you know, not even used it all yet, which is great. I never really got into, like, lava power, so, yeah, that's part of the reason why. But, yeah, it's really served me well. So that gives us the Stonework Factory. Very good. We'll claim that guy. Very nice. We just got a railgun from Advanced Rocketry. I mean, that's cool. But yeah. Yeah, that's cool and all. But yeah, not useful in the slightest. All right, so the material stonework factories, these guys work pretty good. I'm going to put it down in my mess over here for now. And basically the whole purpose of this is I want to be able to make sand, first of all, right? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be, let's look up sand quickly and see what we need to do for that process. Okay, so in a material stonework factory, you need to input cobblestone, cool, and pick and pick. So if we go grind and grind, that's good. Always active, excellent. And now we need to come in here and we need to configure it accordingly. Now, number 4 channel is the channel where we export items out of our storage drawer. So that's where we're going to be exporting material stonework factory. We have an input on? I guess we do. I guess we do. Okay. And then, what? How do we have an input on that? There's no power going into it. Anyways, okay, strange. So this guy is an insert of power. Let's just create that again. Yeah, we're going to be inserting power. And then over here, we want to insert, but we want to insert cobblestone, right? So let's just grab one out of our null, and we'll scroll on down and get that configured. So this guy is going to insert cobblestone, enable whitelist, good, and we can turn back on that thing. So what should be happening, which apparently it's not, I'm so confused. Why? Always active. Why am I not getting power? Are we just out? We might just be out. We might just be plain short on power. Because we have no biomass. Why do we have no biomass? We have biomass there. We don't have any fertilizer. Why don't we have any fertilizer? Because I haven't made any in a long time. That'll do it. Okay, but... oh, because that only goes into that. Oh, okay. So we have backup of ethanol, but not biomass, because our biomass is only being supplied by the 1 fermenter instead of the 2, which is a little bit of an oversight on my end, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, not ideal. We probably should change that up and whatnot, but anyways, so we should start to see a little bit more input. I mean, thankfully we had that advanced solar there because, yeah, that was a thing. So I'm a little confused as to why we're not getting our cobble, though. Because in the drawer, we should be exporting pretty much anything at a stack. And this guy is telling us to insert cobble. So I guess I'm a little concerned. I'll have to... Let's see. Energy items. Materials. Yeah, everything's active. So it should be willing to receive cobble. I'm a little confused as to why it's not. So let me figure out the whole power thing here. Again, because we have this energy cell just powering up over here, it's draining all of our other stuff. And we're still only at 50 million. Whew. You know, you think about that. We've been... Wow. Okay. Anyways, yeah. That's crazy. Like, we really need to upgrade our power. And probably make that power system, power station, a lot sooner. So, anyways, we gotta wait for that other one to power up. Then this one will power up. And then we can go from there. I swear I'm not getting any from my water wheels. But, I don't know. Anyways, one of those things. One of those things. Alright, so we've sorted out the power for the most part. We're generating again finally, which is great. And as you can see, I fixed my export as well. I had an import of cobble and I'm like, I don't need that. They handle that themselves. So we have glass and sand both being generated. The top one is doing sand. As you can see, it's powering away. And the bottom one, we have the extra furnace mode for glass, which is awesome. Now, there's so many other things that we can do with this. There's 4 different groups. Like I said, you know, silicon being one of them. You know, doing some of the compressed stuff. Like we could do a compressed item going through one of my heavy sieves, for example, that I've gotten from a quest reward. But those guys are going to just keep on churning. Decently low power cost, too. Like, they're not too bad. I can't remember what their actual power per, you know, tick and everything is. But yeah, it's one of those things. So we're gaining sand, we're gaining glass at a good rate. We're gaining sand at a good rate, which is awesome. The only other one that I don't have here is gravel. We could set one up for gravel, but I'm not that worried about gravel. I'm really not. One other thing, that MFSU setup that I was doing, it's not working. So the immersive engineering HV wire connectors, at least, were not transferring the power accordingly. So yeah, I wanted to try one additional thing before I kind of completely kiboshed it. But we have, you know, 4 million there and another 4 million there. We still have the connector here. And what I'm thinking is, what if we do this, right? What if we use the actual power source itself? And let's see. I don't have a hammer, do I? Can we use this wrench? I can't tell if that's output or not. I don't think we can use this wrench. Let me go get the hammer quickly from my immersive area. I was just planning on going up there too, and I'm like, oh no, I don't need the hammer. No. Something else will work. Wrong. Okay, so let's grab the hammer, and let's go see if we can't... Maybe it'll work with this. I kind of sort of doubt it, though. I'm kind of thinking that the whole EU to RF power generation has more or less been disabled through the easy means, like through cable transfer, right? Okay, so we want that guy to be blue. We want this guy to be... it's hard to tell. This is kind of in the way. Let's just mine it out, and we'll put it in the open first. Okay, yeah, it was set to nothing. Okay, so we want this to be output. That to be input. Very good. And then that should be still configured correctly, which it is. That's nice. And we'll set that up accordingly. Now, we're not outputting anything because, again, I don't have this in place right now. So now, if we connect this with this, and we go boom to boom. Oh, of course. Of course you're going to do that to me. Can I access my chest from down here? No, I can't. Dang it. Dang nammit. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Okay, give me my wrench. Let's get this thing tried to configured and turned around a little bit. You know, this is what happens when you don't try things out, right? You get into these types of situations. Okay, wire connector, boom to boom, right? That should power that. Now, once we start draining on this system, hopefully I'll see that happening. But as of right now, I'm very, very skeptical if this even works. So I guess we'll find out together. We're doing it live. We're doing it live on camera. Well, that's strange. Those disappear when you're in your sleeping mat. Very, very interesting. Okay, so this is full. I'm going to place down my energy cell here, like so. That'll start draining and get all the things fired up again. And I'm curious to see if this is doing anything at all. I kind of doubt it. I kind of sort of doubt it. It doesn't look like anything's moving or transferring or diddly squat. So yeah, bit of a, I don't know what to say. You know, that kind of sucks. I was really hoping that this would work, but it doesn't look like it does. If anybody has any other ideas for this, there might be a converter or something like that. Let's see, ore dictionary, fluid dictionary, power converter, you know. Yeah, not really seeing anything super crazy or anything like that, but yeah. So yeah, if there is something, let me know. And if not, oh well, we got a lot of EU that we're going to have to burn up. And probably start with making some transformer upgrades and some more energy upgrades. So yeah, that's about it from me. We have lots of quad cells though, which is good. We're up to 18. So we are pretty much ready to go as soon as that wants to finally kick over. So anyways, I'm going to go put away all my wrenches, go pack it up for the day. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.